Welcome. This is a recording of adults playing or talking about tabletop games. This means that adult language and/or themes may occur within that could be seen as inappropriate for younger audiences. Thank you. Where we left off last time is you guys got into a fight with Sebastian, the protector of the library and holder of the skull, and some of the pages for the books. Hold on. There. After a intense fight where none of you actually really got hurt, mainly because Sebastian was not attacking you at all. He was attacking Ichabod. Sebastian, before his demise, was able to throw his two-handed blade. My cam does not want to do what I want it to. Was able to throw his blade and strike Ichabod in the back with his sword and kill him. Immediately after, he attempted to stop the combat, and Flowers was going to have none of that shit, and shot him straight through the heart, killing him. You all were able to loot the bodies and gain some very interesting and powerful items. Some of them, however, their power has not yet been understood. Biscuits was able to realize very quickly after removing Ichabod's mask that Ichabod was more than he appeared, and actually had two glowing green rods, like uranium-esque type rods, stabbed through his eyes and into his brain. When he pulled them out, they whispered to him and told him that if he would stab them into his eye sockets, that they would give him power. He was able to resist at first, and then thought better of his resistance and decided that he was going to attempt to stab them into his eyeballs. However, Ren, seeing him about to pull a disappearing act with the rods, stopped him and took them and hid them on her person. Immediately after that, everyone went in and found the skull in the location that Sebastian originally came from, and found out that the skull was not just a skull with information, but an actual sentient being. The spirit of the demon was extremely sentient and a little bit peculiar. As far as him talking to you all, he goes by the name of Robert, and he seems to be pretty amiable. He wasn't a real big fan of Sebastian, and you guys seem like a more entertaining lot than his last possessor, and so he was willing to agree. Immediately after that, you guys actually decided to investigate a room that Flowers had went into earlier on, and while in there, you guys took advantage of Robert's ability to see magical things, and he attempted to lie to you all. However, Biscuits was able to detect the lie, and after some magic 8-balling of Robert's skull, was able to get Robert to tell them that there was actually a magical item on a shelf in the ancient book area. When you guys went over there, you actually found a third book, extremely similar to the other two. However, the symbol on the front was very different. When you opened up the inside, it seemed to be exactly the same as the others as far as you could tell. However, an extremely large number of pages are missing from this book versus the others. Not knowing quite what to do, you guys decided to return back to the police station, hoping to possibly trick the bandits and get the supplies for your station, and along the way, hopefully find the rest of the pages for these books. However, along the way, as you decided to stop by a church right near the library, thinking that maybe Sebastian had hidden additional supplies or maybe other magical items in a church, the hellhounds that you had previously been able to run away from and avoid up to this point at the bar were able to track you down and cornered you inside of that church. Before they were able to fully attack the party, the altar in the back of the church opened up, and a seemingly a fairly young teenage boy with fiery red hair looked at Flowers and said, "Hey, are you with the underground?" At which point Flowers agreed, and he ushered everyone to come inside. And before the Hellhounds were able to fully chase after you, you all hid down into the altar. However, right before you did so, and you heard a large hunting horn blow off in the distance, which actually caused all the Hellhounds to pause their pursuit against you. The altar closed overhead as you guys descended down into the underground area, seemingly leading to a station with this fiery-haired youth, and that's where we ended. So, the thing has closed overhead with a grating boom, and you guys are inside. It is fairly dark in there. Seemingly the only person with any light is this boy, who's carrying a very small crank flashlight that he occasionally cranks every once in a while to keep the flashlight as you're walking down this tunnel.
Can I cast a fire lantern?
Absolutely.
Skill.
Is there anything I need to know about Fire Lantern?
Oh, sure, there's nothing.
Also, if you can talk a
costs
little bit
mana.
louder, that'd be appreciative, because I can barely hear you.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I cannot alter your sound.
It's a 10-yard radius. It's lasts for an hour, and it's 2 MP per additional hour. I guess that's all there is to really know.
Okay. So it costs a little bit of magic?
Yes, 2 MP. Do I need like roll for this, or does I just? I don't know
No.
if this is...
Does it have a target number? I don't think it has a target number.
No. Target number's 8, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, then roll for it. You'll probably slaughter it, though. Yeah, no problem.
I think he killed it.
I think I got it there.
You actually got spell
The
stunts
6
for that.
stun points.
Yeah.
I don't think it's really applicable to this spell though. It's utility
Well,
spell.
you could do like a lasting.
Oh, I can make it cost nothing, right?
Well, how much does it cost?
2.
You could reduce it to 1.
Oh, so I'll do that. Let me see what that is.
You get 6 points.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you could
All
do
this
that,
affects, like damage though.
and you could do lasting, so it lasts twice as long.
Yeah. Okay. So skillful casting and lasting spell.
There you go. Perfect. So it costs you a little bit less, and it lasts an extended duration.
Last 2 hours. That just one.
Plenty. All right. So the young youth, the youth, looks over his shoulders and he goes, "So you guys came from the other station, right? Like I actually didn't think that you guys would show up. I've been like waiting for like 5 days for you guys."
Wait, what?
You're from Arlington Station, right?
What station
That's-
are we originally from?
North Station.
I believe this.
Okay.
So do we lie or do we tell him we're from North Station? That's the question.
Just tell them we're from North. Or don't tell them what station we're from, but that's what I would do.
No.
What? You're not from Arlington? Then who the fuck are you guys? And like he kind of like backs up against the wall, and you see him like reach down and grab a pipe off the ground,
Where is...
and he's like slowly slinking back. He also points the flashlight down, so like it's a little bit harder to see him.
I'm not saying anything because I'm ginormous and probably am scaring him.
You are a beast of a woman.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, we're not here to hurt
Beast
you.
of a-
We're just trying to get away
So
from the
beast.
hellhounds like everybody else.
Yeah,
That's what I'd
but
say.
you're not from our station. I don't know who you are. I can't trust you. At this point, the flashlight goes out. It's pitch black.
It's not pitch black because I have a lantern.
Oh yeah, you got the lantern. Okay, he walks back into the pitch black, the darkness.
Yeah.
You guys are still illuminated.
Honestly, we're just trying to avoid them.
Well, who wouldn't? And this kind of echoes around in the tunnel a little bit. You can tell that he's actually a fairly relative distance now from you guys. Kind of yelling into the darkness, or out from the darkness.
You
Look,
know,
we
it gets.
we just need a place to rest. That's all. We've been running around and weird, crazy stuff has been happening.
Silence.
I'm gonna pull out my saxophone and start playing.
Roll a performance check.
I'm immediately thinking of Metro 2033, and then like an anomaly will come out from one of the tunnels.
Just sparks of
I'm
darkness.
slowly creeping back as this is happening.
Like backwards out of.
Yeah, like the creep fucking away. Like nope. Creep.
Okay. What kind of music do you play?
Oh, we're gonna go with something soothing. So I guess we'll stick with some smooth jazz.
Okay.
Some Kenny G.
All right. So you let out some Valentine's Day jazz.
It seemed fitting. Yeah. Yep. Just sitting there, just with a nice, soft, smooth sound to it.
Can I roll a perception to see if he's by himself? Because they wouldn't put a little kid by himself.
Roll me a hearing check, because that's probably the only way that you're gonna be able to tell in the darkness beyond Andrew's light. And Biscuits, how far does that light go?
10 yards, I believe. Let me make sure.
So 5 squares from you guys, basically.
10-yard radius.
Yeah.
Yep, 10-yard radius. So,
Yeah. So 5 yards or 5 squares in front, 5 squares behind. You can hear that he's still backing up, but that's the only sound that you hear. Also, you do hear that Flowers has stepped back very quietly, kind of walking out of the light behind Biscuits.
where are we trying to go right now? Aren't we trying to go back to get the supplies? Right? What is it? Or were we?
Were we
Yeah,
gonna
we
do
were on
that?
the way back to the police station to get all our shit.
But then we got caught up in the
Oh.
hellhounds into the church.
And now you are currently
Should
at
check the church.
what is seemingly an entrance to another station.
And this guy's freaking out because we're not who he thought we were.
Right.
And he's with the underground.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody?
I'm, I'm kind of like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just go. We're already down here. Might as well just start.
Well, right now there's either forward into the darkness where the kid went, or
Or back.
backward where the hellhounds were and the contraption that you didn't quite see how it worked. I'm sure with some finagling and maybe a shotgun you could probably bust out of the door. Maybe not.
So are we
So-
trying to go to this new station, or are we just gonna like find a way?
Well, I wouldn't
out of
mind
here?
resting up before we take on
It's actually a good idea.
I
the
really,
police station.
I really have no idea what kind of shape I'm in right now, or
It's
anybody's
been a
in.
real, It's been a real fucking stressful week, guys.
Zach, as far as your character, you received no damage and you actually passed out from a potion of roofie last
Oh.
session.
Oh, Okay.
Potion of roofie. Oh yeah.
Take those on a daily basis, huh?
I think I actually have one of those. We could roofie this kid.
Would you,
Just throwing that out there.
you know what?
Possibility.
Go for it. If you want to, go for it. I'm gonna stop playing and pull out my flashlight and point it down the hallway, though.
Okay.
I'm not actually like saying I want to. I'm just suggesting ideas. I don't know what you guys want to do here. Because as Biscuits, I don't even really know what's going on here. I think at this point I'm like, well, it just happened. Like just now we're in a tunnel. I don't know what you guys want to do. Or if
I'm
you guys
kinda
have
like,
like a motive
what
here.
could we say that this kid would not be like all ooh?
So
I'm just kind of like,
Ooh-bee.
you know what? I'm just gonna move on.
so
Pretend this didn't happen, kid. And then just start walking.
so where are we?
We're in
Are
a
you asking
tunnel.
that as a D to the DM, or are you asking that like to the group?
I'm asking that to the guy walking away off in the shadows down the hallway.
He's
As I
probably about
pointed
to
the
warn some
flashlight at him.
people or something.
Silence.
He's gone.
He's totally gone.
You said you pulled out your flashlight, right?
Yep.
Okay. From what you can see, your flashlight goes a fairly long distance. It looks like maybe like a support shaft area. You know how like in a subway system, there's also like running tunnels that kind of intersect stations and whatnot. You know, where they can run wires and piping and all that. That way the trains can constantly go while the workers can work on the sides. You seem to be in one of those.
Interesting.
If you and when you kind of like look behind you, or like when you were going in, what originally it was like busted out rock and concrete, but now you guys are actually in a man-made tunnel of some sort. Real concrete, real piping, things like that.
Well,
You just want to go because this obviously isn't. Nothing's gonna happen.
Let's chase the kid or something.
Why would we chase the kid?
That's what I was
Get
saying. I don't have a
information,
reason
man.
to.
Well, you only got two directions, is what
Like, I
I'm saying.
never talked to her.
Forward ho!
Okay, forward.
Jesus.
So we're just trying to go. Oh wait, where are we trying to go there?
You only got two options. You're going forward or backward. Which one are you going?
Oh yeah. Well, which way do we think is gonna bring us towards?
If we get to the sub,
Ichabod's base, the police
There's
station.
there's no such thing as dwarves in this game, so you don't have direction sense underground.
We don't have a sense of like direction here.
You
Which
know
way's gonna
that
bring us
the
towards
the
police station?
line in Boston that you guys would be on is a green line.
this is a.
Yeah,
well,
but I mean, you think you walk into this church, we know like where we were heading.
Right.
Past the
Let's
church,
just
walk
get
into
to
the church,
the-
then we go underground. We should know like a sense of direction. Like,
Right, but you
this
don't know
way's
if it's
just
slightly turned and you guys just didn't notice or what.
But if we go and get to a station,
Yeah,
we can
okay.
ask for fucking directions at least, or
That
at
was
least
the
find
idea.
a map.
And both
That's
ways.
why
we
I'm
see
saying
nothing.
let's just go. I'm just gonna walk. I'm just
Okay.
gonna walk.
Okay.
Fuck this. I don't need to sit here and discuss where to go for like 30 minutes.
Okay, so Ren
Ugh.
moves forward. Is anyone else joining her? I'm assuming yes.
I'll follow.
I said forward ho.
Okay.
So
Flowers, are you staying out of the light or are you going back into the light?
I'll still like creeping back a little bit.
So you're staying out of the light,
Yeah.
using them as a guide?
Yep.
Okay. I need you to roll me a stealth check, and then I need all four of you to roll me a perception check.
Stealth check, motherfucker.
seeing or
Seeing.
I have stealth in here somewhere.
Perception. Yeah, that's
Stealth check, motherfucker.
Okay. I'm going to assume the marching order is pretty much Ren in front, Zeke, then Biscuits, and then Flowers behind in the darkness.
Sure.
Okay, cool. Zeke, as you're walking through, you can see, because you actually are inside of the light, that there's lots of alcoves going in and out of this area. There's lots of what seems like certain tunnels that lead off in different directions, but they always seem to end, like, even inside the light, you can see that they stop, but there's tools around, pickaxes and chisels and stuff like that, which are leading off in different directions occasionally. Like maybe every 30 or 40 feet, there seems to be some kind of like where a piece of the wall gets busted out, and there's like digging, a shovel here or there, pails, or like trash bins kind of thing. And as you're starting to walk by one of them, you see a muzzle point out and it pointed right at you. Flowers. You see before you get into the light, not just one, but a few of these from certain alcoves. Distances, there's like one, there are a couple of them. Like the group is kind of in the middle of like 3 or 4, and each one suddenly a gun muzzle points out of them.
Fuck this shit.
But nothing's said. What do you guys do?
I sit down.
So just all of a sudden, you kind of just sit down right on the ground?
Just not like all of a sudden, just kind of like, slowly sit down, pull out my saxophone.
Okay.
I'd like to
Well,
roll up.
I don't see this, right?
Yeah, you just keep walking.
Okay. I'm just gonna be like, what are you doing?
We're being watched. And maybe aimed at.
Okay. I'm assuming that I'm kind of looking around, like squinting into the darkness, trying to see something, but I don't.
Yeah, you're kind of squinting, but you don't see what they're seeing. Flowers, what are you doing when you see all these muzzles? That's you,
I'm
Nate.
staying hit.
Okay, you're still staying out in the darkness.
Yeah, but I'm hyper alert.
Okay. Are you drawing your weapon or anything like that?
I have it in a more active position.
So you have like both hands on
your.
your gun versus like one arm resting on it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought we just mount his gun in place of one of his arms.
You should have the machine gun leg like that one movie.
Oh no. Oh dear. Oh no.
Pantera.
I actually haven't seen that movie. I just see like all the movie posters and stuff.
I was thinking more along the lines of Barrett. Final Fantasy VII.
But okay, so
So you sit down. Ren's kind of looking around, trying to see what's up, but not seeing it. Biscuits, what are you doing? You see Zeke kind of sit down, and he says this and pulls out his saxophone. You're actually holding the light at this point.
Oh, I don't have to hold this light. It just
I know
emanates
it
from-
emanates, but it's emanating from something. But I'm just saying, you are basically the beacon. You are a lit beacon of light right now.
how
Well, when Rin turns around and asks him, I'm just gonna kind of like stop and look at her, and then look at him, look at her, and I'm gonna mutter Biscuits under my breath for no one can hear me.
You're gonna what? Biscuits under your breath?
I'm gonna be muttering to Biscuits,
Oh,
as I
you mean
normally
gravy?
always do. Gravy.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Gravy's mutter Biscuits.
now he's talking to
You
himself.
never know who starts the conversation. You never know.
Okay.
Oh my god, Dispiritor. He is hopefully he is practicing safe sax. Wow.
Always.
Jeez.
Always. Why do you think I sat down?
So what do you guys do? They're not saying anything.
How do
No one's called out to us or anything?
Nope.
Like,
I'm gonna bring my light close to one of these walls and look and see if I see someone.
Oh, so you're like actually gonna like?
Yeah, I'm gonna like it all just caught up to me. I had my little conversation with business, so we're gonna decide to with Gravy. So we're gonna decide to go and like see if we can see what he's talking about. See if there's really someone there. So I'm like walk up near the edge and look through one of these.
So you kind of like walk up to one of those alcoves and go
Yeah.
to like peek inside.
Yeah.
As you peek inside, the fiery red-headed boy shoves the barrel directly in your face and pushes you
But you
forward.
said you're like it's gonna poke him in the eye.
Would be the first.
We have to stop the bleeding from his eye. Green. Green crystal in the eye.
He doesn't say anything. He just like pokes it right towards me.
Yeah, but he actually like steps out, like he's keep making sure that the muzzle of his shotgun is like literally touching your cheek.
Was he the only one that I could see?
That alcove couldn't have fit anyone else. These seem to be like that one at least could only fit like just him.
Alright, I'm just gonna be like, could you not point that at me?
Until I know who you are, I'm gonna point my gun wherever the fuck I want.
Alright, I'm Biscuits. This is Gravy, and these are my friends.
Oh,
So,
so not only are you total strangers, but you talk to a doll.
don't mind him. He's only our he's just our local lunatic. He's mostly harmless. Just don't make him mad.
Gravy's more than a doll.
Don't also-
Yeah.
Super
Don't make fun of
effective.
Gravy. Don't make fun of Gravy.
So give me one good reason why the rest of us shouldn't shoot you right now.
Oh, good to know. There's more of you.
We haven't done anything to
Do you think they'd let a 15-year-old kid just walk around and guard an entire tunnel to the station by himself? You guys
didn't
are
do anything wrong.
idiots.
People have done worse things.
Can I precipitate that more shit that's going on? Like look for clues and shit.
Look for what?
Look for anything that would help us out right now.
Not really. It's a fairly clean tunnel, very open, straight. The only thing that seems to be in this area that is different is these alcoves. A little bit back, there's an alcove that you could probably
Is
slip
this kid
into.
really close to me?
He's got a shotgun on your face.
He's about 2 feet away from you with a solid pipe of explosive
to-
firearms.
Use my Leaguer dim and focus to like fast hand that shotgun from him because I don't like him.
Yeah, fucking roll it for me. I'm gonna consider this a grapple check. Or actually, this
Can I
is
use
no,
the
this is a
Leaguer dim?
disarm check. So we're gonna use the same thing as if you were to use a combat stunt.
Can I use my Leaguer dim and focus though? Would that help here?
Yes,
Like
give it a
sleight of
+2.
Does the light go out when he does this?
No.
So I'm gonna try to steal it from him and then point it back at him. Right here.
So I'm gonna say that this is technically a strength check because disarm doesn't work like how I thought it was. So this is gonna be a strength check. You're gonna try to disarm him with your strength, and you can do a Leaguer
I
Derman.
can add a +2.
bonus.
So it'll be my strength with the +2.
Right.
Okay.
And I
So
gotta
just roll
pull
strength and add
out.
+2. Or should I just hit focus and it'll do it for me?
Yeah, just hit the focus, and that'll do it for you.
Wow. Set 20.
Well, let's
That is-
see if my kid can
Yeah.
beat that.
Take that, you little ginger.
Nope.
I saw the red, and I'm like, that ain't happening.
He almost got triple sixes with that roll too.
Alright, so I get to like Jackie Chan steal this from him.
Yeah, do you say anything when you do it? Like,
Rush
do you say to
I'm
take that,
like-
Ginger?
I'm gonna point it back at him, and I'm just like, how does it feel to have this pointed at your face?
He's like, whoa, what the? And then like he like immediately puts his hands up, and then he like kind of sits there, and he's like, oh, fuck you. And he's like, and then he kind of like looks around, and you hear like guns getting like shotguns getting
I wanna
pumped
yell,
and stuff like
if
that.
anyone shoots, he dies first.
I'm gonna walk
But
up
they know
to,
not to shoot, because I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
shoot
walk
him
up
if
to
he shoots me.
Biscuits and like gently push the muzzle of the shotgun down.
Whoa,
We
whoa, whoa,
haven't done
whoa, whoa,
anything.
whoa. Yes,
What are you doing?
But they still have their guns on us.
Well, they're suspicious of us. What do you think's gonna happen?
Well, I don't trust it.
You don't trust anyone.
If they,
He trusted
Well,
Ichabod.
They don't
Try to
trust us
steal our-
either.
we've had
You
people steal our
pointing a
shit before.
shotgun at a kid is not gonna help anything.
I don't want our stuff to be stolen. We're carrying lots of things that we don't want stolen. So I think
Again.
turning the
We
tables
just-
there
And I'm
would
kind
give
of
us
like,
an upper hand so that they don't steal anything from us. I don't know these people.
so I'm gonna stand in front of Biscuits and just be like, we just want to pass through, get back home, to our station. We don't even know where we're at.
I'm gonna agree with her while still pointing the gun at this kid.
I'm standing in front of you.
But it's pointed
bro.
downwards. Instead of his face, it's like pointing at his like knee.
Biscuits, Red, and roll me a perception check. Seeing.
Oh, Ren.
As the two of you are bickering about this, you see the kid quickly, suddenly, like, push forward and try to cut between the two of you, like, running full force.
Can I like trip him?
Yeah.
I would like to
Like
use
just-
my leaguer
Just
domain.
like my foot will go out on accident and I'll trip him.
Roll me a to hit check.
To hit
Yeah.
Can
You're
we both
basically
do
gonna hit
that?
him to knock him down.
Like I
with
have
a
also
like
tried
a
to do-
fighting or
Yeah, like a fighting. Just your normal, like, punching.
Can I
oh,
roll
ju-
too?
like with my gauntlets
Yeah,
punching
I'm trying to.
or
Yeah.
just a fighting
You
check?
said he ran
Yeah.
through us, right?
He's trying to run through you guys.
So we can both try to trip him.
Biscuits, you didn't roll high enough to,
Didn't.
like, basically he's, like, going to get past you. It's Ren that's able to notice this, and
Oh, okay.
she's able to react to it.
This-
15. You can hit him and knock him down.
I don't want to knock him down. I just want to stop him.
Okay, so, like, you just, like, hold out your hand and, like, block him?
Yeah, just kind of
Close-
like, hey,
close.
hold on.
So as you kind of, like, go to hold your hand out to, like, catch him, he kind of, like grabs a hold of you and, like, kind of, like, collides with you a little bit and then bounces back to where he was. Roll me a perception check.
The
Okay.
whole time I
wow.
still have the barrel pointed at him.
Yeah, so, like, basically, like, at the point where you have this barrel, he suddenly cuts away from you, shoots, trying to get between you, bumps into Ren, and when he hits this, like, 6'7" wall of woman, he bounces back to where your muzzle was originally trained.
Perfect. Okay.
I'd like to roll a perception check.
Okay. What are you looking for? Before I, that way I know what you're trying to do.
I'm just looking down the hallway, seeing if there's any other thing I can see.
I
Like,
super wanna
beyond
dodge
the
bullets.
light of Andrew?
Yeah, see if there's
Okay.
anybody, anything going on.
Okay. Roll me a perception. You can see that there is from what's in the light around you, you can see at least 3 guns pointed in your all's direction.
Where exactly? Because
There is one just out, just like barely at the edges of the light in front of you. There's one directly to the right of you, and then there's one. There's an alcove which is like directly to the left of you guys, which is what the kid came out of, and then there's actually one slightly over your shoulder, which is actually between what could be Flowers and yourself, although you don't see Flowers. This is actually the first time you realize that Flowers is missing. But, like, another spot, like, just, like, near the edge, like a square before you hit darkness, there's a gun trained, like, pointed out towards you guys, and then Flowers, you're in the darkness, and you can easily see this gun from where you are.
At this point, like after Ren stopped this kid from running away, can I just shout out to like the ones in the shadows and be like, "You guys in the shadows, I don't want to shoot this kid, so let's just let us go. We're just trying to move through peacefully. We don't want anything to do with this, and I don't think this little ginger kid wants to get shot. So, how about you guys put your guns down so that we can just be about our way?"
I like put my hand to my face, like.
From the distance in front of you, where that Zach, from the, like, where you know that the one gun is that's in front of you guys, you hear a voice go, "You shoot him, we shoot you."
you really don't want to do that. I mean, seriously, think of the mess you'd have to clean up, not to mention the ammo you'd be using.
I'll respond with, if I lower my gun, will you lower yours?
If you explain who you are.
We're traveler. Well,
We're
not
from North
travelers.
Station, and we're just trying to get supplies back to our station.
Well, there's no supplies here. We're running low.
We're not trying to get
Well,
supplies
we
from
got
them.
down. We came down here because there were hellhounds outside.
Yeah, the
It's
kid
only
told
way-
us.
like, yeah.
You all pretended to
So-
be from another station.
We didn't pretend anything.
North Station ain't part of the underground.
Are you getting a little more
I
Boston
didn't
as
even.
you go
I was
along?
kind of
A little
like,
bit.
I didn't know.
I'm
This
getting a feel for it. I haven't done a Boston accent in forever.
I technically didn't know that this was an underground station, so I'm kind of like, look, let us just pass through.
All the stations are underground, so I mean,
Yeah,
That
did they
too.
answer her?
Oh, you're a wise guy, eh?
Aren't one of you guys underground anyway? So couldn't you claim that we're like part of your party?
that would be me.
Okay, so
Why didn't you say
why didn't you say anything?
anything? Say something.
Jesus.
Say something. Tell them.
I'm assuming I don't know that he's from the underground though, so
Well, you know that he's not one of the Templars.
yeah, I know that, but
And therefore you know he's not Illuminati.
Wait, what?
Two of the organizations is Templar and Illuminati, and they keep good track of each other.
Okay. I was like, how can I? Just because one is not one doesn't mean they're not the other. The logic was not making sense to me.
They work pretty close to each other, but it's like a love-hate relationship, so they're always watching each other.
Gotcha.
so
I mean,
you gonna say anything or?
I could say many
Do
things.
I'm like, or do I need to figure out a way to just be like, fuck this, and then tell them, look, we'll head back the way we came. It's on your conscience if we die out there, is what I'm gonna say if Pika doesn't say anything.
What do you say, Pika?
Hello.
You just gotta tell them you're underground or something.
Yeah, tell them that you're like part of the underground, and then we're hanging with you.
I mean, technically, I wording is not my strong suit.
Just, never mind.
Nate, you are almost out of your camera, just saying. Thank
Sorry,
you, sir.
I keep sliding.
I know, you slide everywhere.
I'm all over the fucking place. Don't worry.
The guy yells out from the darkness, he's like, tell you what. You put down your weapons, and everybody lives. As for your shit, we'll let Heinlein figure that out.
Wait, let who? Hindline?
Heinlein.
Who's
Sounds
that?
like a cock gobbler.
Oh my.
I'm not about to put this shotgun down.
I mean, we got some precious shit in our possession, so I kinda
It's the
don't
only
want
leverage we have
someone-
against these guys pointing guns at us. It's me
No,
pointing
no.
a shotgun at this kid.
You forget that in terms of weapons, we have a.
We have
How
a lot.
tall are you? How tall are you,
You don't
Kiro?
want to kill these guys if they're underground and you're underground. 'Cause then
That just makes me a
sure.
bigger target for bullets. I can't punch bullets, Pika.
No,
Try.
Yet.
You do about as much-
Fist.
but you can throw tables at people, and that's what matters.
There's no.
The
Do
truth be
you
told, if
see
we start
any
a fight, we're
tables
gonna
down
kill
here?
these people, but that's gonna have repercussions.
Jesus, this should not take this long to decide, guys.
I think you should just talk to them because you're underground. This is,
Just okay, fine.
you can
Just
get us out of this.
just because the station's not part of the underground doesn't mean any of us aren't part of the underground.
You're one of the underground?
It's a possibility.
Where are you from originally?
Boston.
Trust me, I'm from the internet.
Boston.
Bastard.
Yeah, Boston.
Eh. Aren't we all? Nate's fucking listening.
Can't handle this.
Like I said before, put down your guns and everybody lives. We don't want no trouble.
Neither do we.
Then put down your guns. You ain't gonna get back out the way you came, and the only way going forward is gonna be a bloodbath.
Well, we've dealt with plenty. I mutter under my breath.
Yeah, and you don't look to be the freshest of sorts either.
Hey, fuck you guys. I still
I'm
have their
gonna
ADHD.
tell this little ginger that they must not care about him very much if they're willing to turn this into a bloodbath.
He looks at you and he goes, "Well, they care about me, but they care about the station more.
They
And
should.
right now, you guys are looking like pretty big assholes with a gun pointed at one of their station people.
Well, they pointed guns at us. You pointed
Because
guns
you're
at us
coming to our
first.
home! Lying! You lying sons of bitches!
You led us down here while we're getting attacked by hellhounds. What do you expect us to do?
You guys lied about who you were!
You never
Just
asked.
just let
He's
us out.
underground.
Actually,
Didn't lie.
Nate,
Actually, I'm not saying anything.
I'm gonna take
Nate,
this
I will
paper.
remind you specifically, he asked if you were part of the underground
He did.
before letting you in.
And Nate knows that
But just saying, there is
I'm gonna
someone.
say, who told you that? Because I clearly didn't.
That fellow with the rifle.
And I,
The
like,
one that's
turned-
probably somewhere in the behind yous.
I like turned to look. Like,
Well, that's fucking gone.
we do look
yeah,
shady
and I'm
as
kind
hell.
of like, I don't know where.
Hey,
he's
you
at,
guys
but I'd
look
slap
fucking
him- I'd
shady as
slap him
shit.
Across the face if I could.
Here's my okay, we're gonna have it out of character real quick. You guys look shady as fuck right now.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
You got one guy hiding in the dark behind, which no one can see, they can't see. You guys apparently and obviously lied about who you were. You have a gun pointed at a 15-year-old kid that's part of this
He's
station.
pointing it at me.
Because you guys invaded their home under false
He
pretenses.
let us in.
Yeah, he let you
We
in.
lived underground. That's the underground. That was my assumption. We
My
lived
character-
underground.
Is it safe to assume that Flowers being friends with what's his name? Zeke. So Flowers knew Zeke was underground, so when he answered yes, he could use that as a way of not lying. Yes, this guy's underground, right?
Andrew,
Nate
you're
know?
underground.
How
Like
are we
his
not
character.
underground?
Huh?
No, underground's a faction, just like Templars and.
It's basically someone that hasn't gone with a faction. So Nate, you're Yakuza. Kiro is
everyone's-
Templar.
Oh.
Underground is anyone that basically is a survivor. They tend to group together just like an organization does. They are basically an organization that doesn't belong to an organization. Think of it kind of like a brotherhood of miscreants.
I get it now, but I was like, underground. Yeah, we live underground. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
no, I got you, but it's actually
that
a
was my
group.
assumption for the
It's a
underground
group.
when he asked the question. So, oops.
Yeah, basically they're kind of under the assumption that no one's watching out for them, so they watch out for each other.
Okay, Pika, get us in.
So what's your definition of the underground then, huh?
Depends. You ain't from the green line.
That is false.
Oh yeah?
Do you have a map?
Who's got a map nowadays?
Your
I can
mom-
tell you who's in front and who's behind. That's it, boy.
Alright, so North Station
Pika's
Is
like
the-
opening up his map real quick. He's like,
is on the north side, is almost the very northmost point of the green line.
You should, if we're in a subway, you should be able to look at the wall.
You're in a side passage. There's no like,
Uh,
you know, it's not like you're in the middle of a station, you know, where you can look at a wall and figure all that out.
gotcha.
He's like, so you are from the Green Line, eh?
That is correct.
Then who are your friends?
Speaker really loud for anybody else?
No.
It's really loud for me.
I just scream at a certain frequency that just makes it sound really loud, specifically to you, Kiro.
Maybe. I would turn you down if I could, but Skype is a piece of shit.
Ouch. Ouch.
I really don't like Skype.
It has its uses.
I don't know. Anyway.
Tell you what, same offer. If you're really from the Green Line, you know how this works. He's like, especially if you're from the Green Line, you'll get all your shit.
Alright, let's do it. I'm gonna slide my gun across down the hallway.
How about your saxophone?
Nope. Nobody takes a saxophone.
So you unsling your shotgun and slide it down a good distance away from you.
I expect to get that back.
That's fine. How about the rest of your friends? Particularly the chuckle sticks there.
Chuckle sticks. Oh shit.
Is that me?
Yeah, he's talking about
Yes.
My solution, my suggestion would be to not threaten him. He's a little odd.
So wait, we have to give up all of our stuff, or
you. Your weapons. He's wanting you to put down your weapons.
Oh. I'm
Kiro,
not
you're
putting-
fine.
I'm not putting the sword down. Yeah.
Well, yeah, actually, you got the weapons now. He's wanting you to put down your weapons. To him, that looks like your sword.
No, I'm not putting my sword down.
You're not holding it either.
You have a backpack you could use as a weapon.
It's on my back, but I don't want to put it down because it's very sentimental. I'll say.
So is my shotgun.
Is that what you say?
Yeah.
It's also very sharp.
Technically, not really.
Are we gonna get our weapons back? Your shotgun and
As long as you end up not having any problem with the underground, we don't have any problem with you.
Can you carry this? I'll ask. It's pretty heavy.
Listen, horse, we can carry a fucking sword.
Excuse me?
Did they just call her a horse?
She's as big as a horse.
I'm ready to walk up and just like slap the dude in the face. You could take the sword from my cold dead hands. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh god. Really? Really? You're going to...
I'll,
You
put
guys
the
gonna-
I'll put the gauntlets down, but I'm
you-
not putting the sword down.
Hey, Mr. Green Line Saxophone Man, your friends ain't very cheery.
Yeah, they've had a rough day. It's been kind of a rough day.
Ain't helping your
I
cause
also don't
none either.
Appreciate
No.
being called a horse, you son of a
No.
bitch.
No, but I mean, would you appreciate being called names in this kind of a situation either, though?
Oh, don't worry, I get called plenty of names.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
All right, I'll take my shotgun and I'll toss it over to him.
You toss it to the redhead, or you toss it into the darkness behind
Oh,
the
I don't
redhead?
toss it to the redhead. I toss it into the dark.
Like over his head?
Just away.
Okay. So you're like, fuck it, and you just wing it out into the darkness in that general direction of the voice.
Not like you need it anyway.
Well, it was our leverage. It gave us a chance to do something.
And if everything goes south, you just blast them. So,
Well, it's too late. I done tossed it away.
not with the shotgun.
Cause they're trusting us now.
But
Since you're underground.
I'm not putting my sword down though. I'll throw my gauntlets out there, but I'm not throwing my sword down.
Well,
Waiting
he'll
on
give
you,
he
brunette.
said he'll give it back to us as long as everything turns out okay.
just give them the
I
sword.
don't trust them at all.
Ni-
I'm still hidden. They don't.
Underground helps underground, though, right? So.
Think about it.
But I'm not underground, so.
Worst, play along
But
for
he
right now.
is, and we're with him.
We'll be fine.
Friend of a friend.
I'm gonna be so mad if I don't get this great sword back.
I would like to actually.
We
Well,
could just take it back if we don't get
well-
it back later on. So, I mean,
How are we supposed to take it back from an entire station?
How are you supposed to fight an entire station?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what I was
get
going
really
with.
strong and come
Without
back
shit.
later.
So I'm kind of pissed that this is how it turned out, but whatever.
It'll be okay. We'll figure
It'll
it
be
out.
fine.
Oh, yeah, I'm not okay with this at all. And the motherfucker called me horse. As soon as I get a chance, I'm gonna punch that dude in the face, by the way.
Okay.
I'll be like, come on, one-on-one, you and me, brother.
Oh yeah, brother.
Oh yeah, brother, you and me. One-on-one.
Where's Queen Blade when you need him?
I'm gonna take you down.
Okay, so are you putting the sword down?
What?
Are you putting the sword down?
Yeah, fine.
Okay.
But I'm telling the dude, if I don't get it back, I'm hunting him down first.
Quickly from the darkness, the two that are closest to you guys, the one that was behind you and the one that was to the side, pop out and begin manacling you guys. Classic police issue, like handcuffs.
Is this really necessary?
However, Zeke, they do not handcuff you. Particularly, they handcuff Kiro and they handcuff Andrew.
I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed.
I'm just gonna mean mug.
Yeah,
What's his
like,
name? Fuck, can't remember everybody's names.
Kiro the
Pika's-
redhead is the
Pika's-
one
Pika's
that
character.
does you, that
You
like
gotta-
handcuffs you.
the redhead does?
The little redhead
I'm
teenager.
not mad at the redhead. I'm mad at his boss or friend or whatever the fuck he is.
You haven't seen him
Who he
yet.
is.
But
Just
the
gonna be
redhead
like-
handcuffs you, and he picks up your sword and he goes, "Oh, this is actually a weapon. That's cool." And he slings it over his shoulder, kind of like, you know, like a shovel over his shoulder, kind of thing.
Don't lose it, I tell him.
Don't worry, if you're really who you say you are, then you'll be cool. Just hope your green line buddy there watches out for you guys. Otherwise, you fucked.
Tell tell your friend I want a boxing match with him.
Oh, don't worry. You can find him at the bar later. He's always there. He's the one with the crooked nose.
Good. Good to know, thanks.
He kind of leans over and whispers in your ear, "I broke his nose." And he kind of like keeps walking. From the darkness.
I like how you say he leans over to me, but I'm like.
Well, he kind of,
6'7",
yeah,
so-
but like he gets as close as he can. You're like,
I'll lean down and I'll laugh. Kid and I are cool, but the dude is like the one that I'm real mad at. So.
from the darkness, the guy goes, "Hey, creepy dude out in the black."
Creepy dude. Oh, I was like, who? Are you talking about Biscuits?
No, he's talking to me.
Yeah.
"We know you're there, asshole. Just can't see you right now."
Honestly, I would leave him be. Your chances of finding him are pretty slim.
I still
Actually, it's pretty easy. This tunnel goes only 2 directions. Our way and out. And he can't get out.
Is that a challenge?
I wouldn't do it if I were you.
I will.
I don't
Go
know.
back.
With fucking A and fucking B, we can find a way out.
Jesus.
Nate's like,
This fucking G. Okay.
Stay together.
I'll go to the. I'll use the sling for the rifle and lay it across the chest and walk out. I'm not gonna drop it though.
So like you hang it, kind of like hang it and hands
Yeah,
up.
it hangs out the sling.
Okay. So you do that, and one of the goes, he goes, "Oh, that's a pretty nice piece you got there."
Don't even think about it, clown.
You realize you're traveling with a clown, right?
Yep, that's why I can use that phrase.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to disarm yourself. Protocol, you know.
How about I just take the mag out and we'll call it even?
Then I gotta rifle through your shit to make sure you have no ammo.
We get it back. That's what they said.
I'll just put it in the bag. Just toss
oh,
it
you
in.
should have put the mask on and walked out. That would have been kind of funny.
I think I still have the mask on, don't I?
Do you?
Yeah, you still
I
have it
put
on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you still.
One
had
of the
it on.
reasons I use the creepy fuck in the darkness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 'cause I still had it on. I don't get any cool superpowers out of it.
Yeah,
but
you
it
just
looks
look creepy as fuck.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't be the great.
So are you gonna hand over your gun, or are you gonna hand over all your munitions?
Dude, I would keep your munitions, to be honest, because you could always find a different gun. Just in
I think
case.
how I can keep both.
You won't.
You guys kind of passed the point where you could have done some Jedi mind tricks.
Yeah.
The
gave you
negotiating to keep all of your firearms has long passed.
I think when I snatched the shotgun, kind of.
A little bit after that, but long past. It was basically what the I'm not giving up my shit, and I have valuable shit that caused them to not give a fuck about you anymore.
But I like my.
So they only have our weapons, but they don't
gonna
have our
give 'em
other stuff,
back.
right?
They only are taking your weapons. Anything and everything that looks like a weapon, they're confiscating it.
These aren't bad guys. They're just part of the underground, and they're just taking precautions before they bring us into their base.
Exactly.
Since he is part of the underground.
Fine, make that
But it'd be really rad if they didn't handcuff us.
That's why I asked.
Well,
if they
that's
get back.
that the whole reason is they don't trust any fucking one of you except for the guy that said that he's part of the Green Line.
Think of it this way: they
We're
gave
all
you a
from the
weapon.
same station.
Wait. Did they handcuff us behind the back or in front?
Behind.
Damn. Okay.
I'll hand over my MP5.
Okay.
You can probably break your
Now someone has 2 unholy blades and someone has a holy blade.
You're taking those too? Those
They're weapons.
Yeah.
Do I need to explain how a weapon
I
works
had
to you
I had the
guys?
two- I had the 2 unholy blades.
Okay, you're gonna need to hand over those.
And the-
Okay. Who's Nate? You had the holy sword.
on the promise that
Do
they're
I?
good.
Yeah, you have the long sword.
You
I
have
had
the
great
long sword, the
I don't
one-handed
remember
sword.
Picking up any swords.
Yeah,
I remember
you did.
picking up a secondary pistol that I didn't want to talk about.
They're gonna confiscate the
You
pistol.
picked up the mask and the long sword. Remember?
If you're gonna try to hide, you can try to hide a pistol, Nate, but you gotta roll a Leaguer-Durban to basically fast hand magic trick that pistol out of their sight.
I mean, we can say that I had the long sword also, since they're both.
That would be completely okay. But
Because
she,
all I have
who-
is
who-
have the.
I just need to know who has it and who's handing it over.
Oh, I do have the holy longsword. Okay.
Okay, so you hand that over.
Sure.
Okay, are you gonna try to fast hand the pistol from him?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me a Leaguer-Durban. Dexterity if you don't have it.
I was like, what the fuck is that?
You're able to. You're able to keep a pistol on you. So like he's kind of like patting you down, and like you kind of like
Shoved it up his ass.
scratch your ass a little bit and pull the gun out of the back, and then when he pads you, you then shove it down the front of your pants before he handcuffs you.
I don't want to be handcuffed. What an asshole.
Okay, so you're all handcuffed. Finally, we can move forward. Thank you guys.
Fucking fine.
That is why I prepared extended time tonight.
It's
and-
almost 8, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
8 Pacific.
Oh. Never mind.
Okay.
What is it, like 6 there right now?
And you all proceed forward. Now that you guys are handcuffed and everyone's holding your weaponry, they're significantly more at ease. Like, they actually, put down their guns. They're kind of slinging there. They're kind of bantering back and forth. You still haven't seen the guy in front yet. He seems to be keeping into the darkness.
I really want to trip him. Or kick a rock into him or something.
In general, I'd say actually though, Ren, you are the most they're most cautious of you, and Biscuits, they eye you very warily. Not because you're strange, but mainly they're kind of looking up at that, like the glowing on you, and then look at you, and then look at the glowing, and then look at you.
Do you still have gravy on you?
Yes, they let the Gravy's just a doll.
They don't know about gravy.
He's glowing though. Light.
Right. Yeah.
No, I know.
Gravy's glowing, but like
Are
they're
we
kind of like,
walking
what
Are
the?
we walking into their base yet? Like, is there
You're
lights yet?
proceeding down the tunnel. I'm prepping you guys for when you get to the tunnel or to the station. Okay. So that all happens. When you finally get to the you know, as you're going down this tunnel, you actually see light coming from the end of the tunnel, and slowly you walk into it, and at that point you enter a very familiar kind of atmosphere, although a little bit different. So you can actually see on the side of the wall that this is Kenmore Station. If anyone needs to write that down, it's Kenmore. Which is actually west of where the library and the church was.
West.
West. So you're actually further away now.
Ah. Okay.
So you guys are reminded, I did mention that the kid said Arlington Station as where he
Yeah,
was
that was
requesting, and Arlington is east of where you were. So they were actually asking if you were from the east station
Oh,
to the west station.
makes sense.
And overall, you kind of recognize this atmosphere. The people going about their normal business, shacks ish type thing. The shacks team seem to be pretty nice. There seems to be actually a kind of like flow to the station, which is really nice. It's a little bit better than yours is at North Station as far as that goes. However, everyone seems very tired, sunken, a little bit more bony than your station is. And you guys are proceeded through this area. You can see that there's actually some trade going on. People arguing and bantering, people, you know, relaxing with each other. There's a bar there. So there's a little bit of an economy and whatnot going on in this location. However, you just continue getting walked all the way through till you're about in the middle. And you actually realize the station, there's the main part of the station, which is the actual like station of people, but this goes on much further. So you actually kind of go into the main station and then past it, and they've actually like kind of seemingly like destroyed parts of the tunnel to open it up for more people. So this is actually a fairly like well populated location. And at a certain point you reach a seemingly like significantly nicer house than most, and you hear the redhead go, "Yo, this is Heinlein's place. I'll open the door since you know you guys are handcuffed." And he like opens the door and he like kind of tilts his head to kind of go inside.
I enter the building.
Okay. As you enter, you see there's a grizzled. Let me make sure I know exactly what he looks like. Okay. You see a grizzled guy, very very full black beard and kind of scraggly long black hair down to his shoulders, fully decked in like a Kevlar vest, and he's sitting behind a table, kind of looking over pieces of scraps of paper and whatnot. There's another guy kind of leaning over talking to him, and you see him kind of look up as all of you are ushered in, and all the underground people are standing behind him or standing behind you guys, kind of like watching you, watching him, watching you.
Bum, bum, bum.
And he goes, "So,
Hello.
Yo. Nice place you got here.
we get by." He's just staring at you.
Are you handcuffed us?
We
Just
did.
trying to move on past.
Well, considering if you really are from North Station, you're going in the wrong direction.
Hellhounds. We were
Indeed.
headed back, but the hellhounds. We got caught with
Trapped us in
hellhounds.
the church, where your ginger fellow led us down here to get away from the hellhounds. We used it as an escape. But then you guys pointed your guns at us.
You guys lied to my boy.
Well, he's underground.
So,
Wasn't a complete lie.
Yeah. Just 3 of you. Only a quarter or 3/4 of a lie.
that depends on your perspective.
Put yourself in our shoes. Fight endless amount of hellhounds, or go into the well with the boy. What would you do? Go into the well with the boy?
Obviously. But I wouldn't lie about it.
Well, he didn't.
Only
Your boy
3
didn't ask
quarters.
if we were all with the underground. He just asked
That's
if-
true. I mean, I didn't
was a
know
vague
he even
question.
asked.
And an
Manny perks
frantic
up.
moment.
The redhead perks up and he goes, well, technically, one of you lied. At least one of you. And he kind of like points over at the flowers. He goes, he said he was underground.
Yeah, but he's also kind of one of my best friends. I know he looks weird. He's a little loopy. Don't mind him.
Heinlein looks at you and he kind of scratches his beard and he goes, well, I guess the real question is what are you doing so far away from home?
Trying to
It's a
get
long-
supplies.
It's a long story.
It's a very,
Yeah,
very
it's
long
a pretty
story.
long story. Yeah.
I'm waiting.
So do you want the short version, the hard version, or the easy version?
Tell him everything.
Is there a chair?
He's sitting in one.
Okay, I'm gonna go kind of like along one of the sides, I guess, and like just sit down. And I'm like, man, it's been a
Wait.
long day.
We don't have to tell you anything other than the fact that this is all we were doing was trying to get supplies. We, naturally being above ground, came across problems that led us to end up here. We're just trying to get our supplies back to North Station. That's all we want. If you could offer us a night rest, we'll be out of the way. Or just give us our shit and we'll leave now. It doesn't matter to us. We're just trying to get out of here, back to North Station with supplies.
Do you have any
don't have to do
proof that you're from North Station?
It
Do
depends.
we have like a passport or something that they
Is there a way to
give
prove
us,
that? I
or
don't-
that's a DM question, like out of character?
There isn't any kind of passport type thing.
So how are we supposed to even prove?
I would say that you'd have to prove some way about who you are and why you would be at North
Oh.
Station.
Well, she is a bouncer in North Station. He played at a bar in North Station. Have you ever been to North Station?
Can't say I have. Been leading
Have-
this here underground since we all came here.
So
Then
how
how
are we
would-
supposed
Just have to
prove
take
that?
our word for it. How do I know you're underground, other than just the fact that you tell me you're underground?
I ain't no Templar.
I don't know. I think you could pass as a Templar. I mean, you kind of
He's
have
like-
that very stoic look to you.
Well, let me put it like this, and he points at Ren, and he goes, "She acts tough, carries herself like she can fight in a good scrap, and she's running around with a holy blade." And he kind
Well,
of
that's part of the long story.
and he points over at Flowers, and he goes, "He's sneaky as fuck. Pretty sure he's Yakuza." He points at Biscuit and he goes, I don't know who you are, but you're like an Illuminati. Only Illuminati do magic."
That seems like an assumption, because you can blame the Illuminati for anything.
That's racist.
He's like, the only one that really
Is that
seems like an
racist or
underground
gay?
is the musician.
I take a bow and go at your service.
That's what we told you. He's the only one underground. We're together as a party from North Station, on a mission to get supplies. So, will you let us leave? Or are you
Think
gonna hold us prisoner against the promise that you would give us our stuff back and let us leave once we got everything sorted out?
Why are you all the way over here? You know that we're the ones that are picking clean the top side.
Because
Did we
bandits
tell him?
captured us and stole our supplies. Long story
Okay,
short.
so like you guys actually go through the like.
Yeah.
That's everything. That's all I'm saying. That's
Just like
really all I'm
leaving
saying.
out detail. Yeah.
I'm not telling them.
So you're like
but we were getting
hellhounds,
supplies.
bandits.
We
And
were
then
getting
on the run.
supplies and bandits basically.
How do you explain
tricked us.
Ichabod and how do you explain Sebastian? Or do you leave
Don't
that
mention
completely
it,
out?
Just say bandits. Bandits captured us, stole our supplies, made us perform a mission for them, in which we were promised our supplies back. Well, we finally got used to them, and we're trying to make it back to our base. We'll pick up our supplies and go back to our base.
And that's where we are now.
Until you so rudely pointed guns at us.
I don't know if I would phrase it quite like that, but you know.
It was rude.
So
We did nothing.
rudely.
Right?
I will say I
All
did
we
try
did
to
was
have a
jump down a
conversation.
hole, running for our lives.
I did try to have.
Here he is tripping over the fact that we said we were underground. So truthfully, only one of us, right? So I think this guy's being a jerk, and I think he should just let us go. Ain't that right, Gravy? See?
Oh dear.
Knew you had my back.
Hey, Missy. Are you Templar?
I kind of just look at him, like, knowingly. What do you think?
You're carrying a holy blade. You walk like one.
Doesn't mean I follow it. I live with them, though.
Then you killed one. Oh, so you just live with them. That means you're a
Pretty
Templar.
much. I guess.
Do you know the prayer?
Sure.
What is it?
I say the prayer, I guess. I don't know what... I'm assuming I just say the prayer, so...
He looks over at Flowers and he goes, "Are you Yakuza?"
Sure.
Shrug face.
That's a yes.
Do you know the code?
We'll go with yeah.
Okay. Do you say the code?
Sure.
Okay. He looks at Clown. He goes, "Hey, Clown. Are you Illuminati?"
Illuma what?
Lumahati.
Weh.
Illuminati. You're doing magic.
Oh no, I'm Biscuits and Gravy.
He is certifiably crazy.
He
I
looks
kinda
at
gave him a confused look, like I'm Biscuits and Gravy. You know, like that's not
Zeke.
my
He
name.
looks at you and he goes, "Is he Illuminati?"
I have no idea what he really is. I just know that he is an interesting character.
I look at him and I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm Biscuits and Gravy.
He keeps things lively.
Totally know who I am.
Roll me a deception.
Me or him?
No, I want Biscuits to roll me deception.
Wait, deception? What is that? Oh, dude.
That's communication.
Communication.
He doesn't believe a fucking thing you say.
No.
He technically is
Oh.
Biscuits and Gravy.
Yeah, he knows, basically he knows that he's talking about himself, but he also realizes that Biscuits is trying to evade the question. Like, he's
I'm not
playing like
Illuminati,
he's
that's
an
what you
idiot.
wanna know. I don't know what Illuminati is. Illuminati? Maybe a little.
Oh.
God.
Wow.
I feel like the Lumahati one.
What about you? I mean, you're underground. Whoop-de-doo, right? Just, why are you so curious about each of us? We're just trying to get out of your
That
hair.
is kind of curious. Why are you so interested in where we're from?
Well, originally I was expecting assistance from Arlington. Arlington is significantly closer to the outposts and bases of those factions.
Well, we're not from Arlington, buddy.
I know. You're supposedly from North Station.
Which we are, so why won't you just let us leave? What do you want from us? There's nothing we owe you. In fact, you owe us our weapons so that we could be on our merry way. Ain't that right? Look at everyone else.
Kind of like, we lost a lot of really good people, and we're just tired and want to go home.
Nods.
You see him kind of like contemplating, and
And I'm looking kind of sad because I'm remembering Matthew and
he's like,
And all the people that got crushed by a building.
yeah, and all the peeps that got crushed by a building, and
I'll tell you what.
started a relationship with one of the bandits that got exploded. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my.
I'll tell you what.
Maybe she's Illuminati.
I don't know really what I'm supposed to do with you guys.
Let us go. We don't want to.
Well, I can't let you go. You know how to get into our station now. That's really dangerous information.
Well, you brought us to your station.
That's true.
Still doesn't change the fact that you know how.
What do you
I'll
want us to
I'll let you guys
Just
go
trust
about
us.
the town. However, and he
Walk
points
off our
over
dead
at
or
he points over at a kind of like a chain link area, and the guys put all of your weapons into this area and lock it. And he goes, "You're free to go. Give me 24 hours to figure out what to do with you."
I wanna
Where's
steal
that
my
guy
key
that
bag.
caught the crooked nose man?
You haven't seen him.
I don't know who he is at all.
You want to
Crooked
ask them
nose
who the
man.
crooked nose dude is?
No, I won't. I know he's at the bar. Where? No, I'm not gonna ask where the bar is.
Cricket
You
Nose
saw the
guy.
bar as you were walking through.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Who's the Cricket Nose guy? Did I miss
The
him?
guy that was telling us what to do and shit.
Yeah, the redhead kid. When he was handcuffing Ren, basically Ren's like, "Who the fuck is that guy?" And he's like, "Oh, you know, when you see him, you can't miss him. He's got a crooked nose. He's always at the bar. You know, I gave him the crooked nose. I broke his nose." And he goes, so anyway, Heinlein goes,
Do you know where we can rest up?
"Yeah, I can make sure that there's some space for you, and if you need some rations or some some drink, you can get that down at the bar. It works as kind of a ration distribution and place to kind of help people unwind."
Sounds good to me.
He's like, "I'll even."
How
And
about
it-
these handcuffs? I say, like.
No, they're unhandcuff you.
Oh, okay.
Basically, he's letting you be unhandcuffed and free, but you're not allowed your weapons yet. He's
Before
giving.
we leave, I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna try to say something with a hint of intimidation.
Oh, really?
Yes, with a hint of intimidation that I'm serious. You know, I'm just being serious here. This is serious biscuits. I'm
Oh
gonna.
my god.
I'm gonna tell him. Think closely about whether anyone wants to leave, because I promise you, we don't want to come back here. We want to leave. So if you keep us here, that'll be more trouble for you than if you let us leave. And
Okay, are you
all I'm
trying
gonna
to
say.
persuade him of this, or are you
yes,
trying to
it's-
intimidate him?
It's an intimidative persuasion.
Okay, well, the reason I'm asking is because one uses communication and one uses strength.
Well, this will be communication, I suppose.
Okay,
yeah.
then you're trying to persuade him that you guys
Yeah.
should be out of his station as soon as possible for his own
Trying
good.
to
Because
intimidate
that'll
us.
be
Oh,
it'll be
well-
easier for him to let us leave than it would be
That
to
makes
worry
it sound
about
like
if
we got shit following us around and stuff. That
No,
sounds really
That
bad.
just means it tries to keep us here. We're just
They're gonna cause trouble.
Cause trouble.
Right.
Because we
No,
don't wanna-
we're not.
Well, that's what he
Well,
says.
that's
Roll me a
what I'm
persuasion check.
I'm gonna try to get out of here.
Okay.
I'm just gonna look at him like I don't know.
He
what
he
he's
looks right
talking
at you.
about.
he looks right at you, and for the first time, he seems to actually believe what you're saying. And he goes, "Noted."
It's not a movie.
Right, now we're gonna have a fucking guard detail following us all night long.
It
I
wasn't
want to
like
steal my
threat.
shit
Oh.
back.
The Spiritor is correct. I should start a bar fight. Let's go.
So, as you guys leave, the rest of the group that was with you disperses. However, the redhead is kind of standing nearby, watching you guys. Not really saying anything, but kind of like keeping an eye on you, standing obviously like notably nearby.
He's got a crush on Kiro.
I guess as I'm walking out, I'm gonna be like, well, sorry kid for scaring you, and then I'm gonna walk out.
It's a tap dad.
I'm gonna ask him, hey man, were you scared?
He goes, "Hell no." Well, actually, the whole shotgun bit, that was my heart might have skipped a little bit of a beat, but the whole rest of it, not really. I mean, like, let's be honest. If you guys shot me, I might have died. Maybe not. I mean, it's kind of a 50-50. And
I'm gonna whisper, damn it.
and he's like, and those are odds I can take.
I'm gonna whisper down to myself, you know, damn it, you win. A little bit.
I have a feeling this kid doesn't know how shotguns work.
Don't mind that.
Are you gonna ask him that?
Just gonna give him a
Yes.
knowing smile of, okay.
He kind of chuckles at you and he goes, "I bet you a ration I know how."
I bet you my gun I can shoot better than you.
Oh.
Dun dun dun!
So the verse is just.
And what do you want from me? I get your gun.
You get our guns and you let us go.
Oh, I can't do that. You gotta be fucking crazy.
If I lose, I'll give you 2 rations.
No, you said you were willing to give the gun, but what do you want from me if you win? You gotta make it reasonable. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to fucking get you guys all the guns out of the locker.
Then fuck that shit. I don't want any more. Bets off.
Just ask for
What I
your
want.
gun back.
Oh, bets off.
Just be like, if I win, then you need to get my gun back.
I don't think you should risk your gun, but then again, you probably shoot better than him, but you gotta remember it's dependent on a roll.
Yeah. That's why I was to make it like food versus getting my gun early. That's what I was trying to make it. Because it sounds like they are not food pleasant at all. They have like no food. They're all skinny and scrawny, so I figured food would
And
be
it is
good.
the apocalypse.
Well, so?
But this station seems to be a little bit harder than
Oh yeah.
most stations.
It is the underground. Fuck that. Nobody cares about it.
I resemble that remark.
Wow.
It was a joke. Relax.
You're a joke.
So no deal?
No, if I can't get my guns back, I don't know.
Ah, damn. He
You're a joke.
he goes, "So,
Clown. What do you think?
he goes, "What are you guys gonna do? I mean, you got 24 hours." And he looks at a watch on his wrist.
I want to get some rest.
I'm gonna creep on your mom.
What do you guys have?
He goes, "Ha ha! She's dead.
Fine.
Fuck you."
Oh.
Wow.
Coffins never stop me.
Do we
I'm
still have
going-
all that canned
I'm going
food?
to the bar, guys.
Do we wait?
Peace
You
out.
said they're hungry here. We have book sacks of canned food. Maybe we can like trade for something awesome. Cause we have like how many backpacks?
4.
Then we pack a few. 4.
We have 4.
Did
backpacks.
anyone grab one though?
We might be able to trade.
I know. Ren has a backpack full of
I thought
canned food.
I thought she had
Grab
2.
We packed 4.
Yes.
Because we.
Right,
remembered
but
we
how
had
many
that.
of you grabbed them after the fight?
None
I
of
I
you
think-
would've,
did.
but I wasn't here.
I think I grabbed 2 of them, didn't I?
You had 2 before the
I
fight.
would have grabbed 1.
Okay.
I don't know
For
if we
future
saw-
reference, you need to make sure that you say those things so that it goes in your inventory.
Yeah, I had wrote down 1 on mine.
Um,
or on my paper.
how many rations of food would go into a backpack?
It's a pocketbook sack full of cans.
We're gonna say 15 rations per
Yeah,
pack.
Pack.
2 things
And-
of canned food.
Kiro would have 2 packs because she's strong, and I know that I specifically talked to her about that. Zach, we'll say since you weren't there that you would have grabbed one, and Andrew, you have one. Okay, so if you can put the appropriate amount of rations in, put in like canned food, and then like parentheses 1 day, and then quantity, it would be 15 per pack.
I have canned food trade 2 times 2. I don't know why it's parentheses trade.
It was supposed to be
I didn't
pack.
put everything on this. Should I be putting everything in this list on the? 'Cause I've been writing everything down.
Yes, that like inventory sheet part. Yeah.
Equipment.
So yeah, so Kiro, what did we say that it was? Canned food.
Parentheses trade
Uh-huh.
times 2. That's times 2 for me, but
Right. Okay, so that instead of times 2, do canned food parentheses trade, and then put 30 for the quantity.
So I would put
15. And so would Zach.
Cool. All right. So can we ask him where you guys look hungry? Is there a place we could trade these rations off for things? That
So like
might-
you like open the pack and like show him like all the canned food that you guys have.
I just tell him, is there a place for us to trade rations for?
He kind of like looks at you with his jaw open, and he's just like, "Holy shit, that's a lot of food." Yeah, you could buy drinks for everyone down at the bar with that kind of fucking trade.
it's where I'm trying to go. But we're still in here.
You could probably buy just about anything in the station with that kind of
Okay. So this is currency.
Right, I'm
basically.
just going to the bar. Fuck these
Okay.
guys.
I'll follow her.
Well, that's basically the ration stations there. So, like, if you're going to be trading to the station itself, like, you can trade there.
All right, I'll follow them.
Okay, cool. So you guys go down to.
I said, I look at the kid. What is your name?
Oh, my name's Manny.
Hello, Manny.
Hey.
Screw you,
That's all-
Manny. You pointed a shotgun at me.
That's all I wanted to know.
Okay.
Just wanted to get his name.
I have roofies.
He's like, okay, well, let me show you to the bar, because that's where I hang out. And he quickly proceeds to lead you back to the bar location that you guys saw.
Show
On
me
the
to your boss.
on the outside, you can actually see that there's a line of people now collecting rations from like a window right next door to the bar. And then there's the bar itself. When you go into the bar, you can see that there's a couple grizzled figures all leaning over pints of some dark brown murky something, and their mugs, and a kind of eccentric looking bartender at the bar. What do you guys do?
Kiro's gonna punch him in the mouth.
Where's that boss of yours? No, I'm gonna sit down at the bar and I'm gonna ask for some food and drink.
Just so you know, bars don't serve food here.
You have.
Most bars don't. Basically, all
So you're
food
not
for
out
any
just, like-
station gets distributed because there's so few food. You don't. You gotta trade
I
people
thought
for
some
food.
places would have like rat meat or something
Nope,
on a grill.
this ain't Metro.
All right, well,
Even rat
Um,
meat gets rationed.
Yep. There's a whole group of people that just do collecting. It's kind of like runners, but
well,
not.
I would like some drink then at least, and I'll open a can up and eat some beans or something. I don't know.
Okay. So you do so. The bartender pours you one. He's like, "You starting a tab?
Sure.
You got trade to handle the tab?"
How much? Or I'll put a can of food down and ask him how much for.
That'll get you 3.
Okay, I'll start with that.
All right.
So minus 1 can.
Yep, minus 1 can. So he grabs the can, puts it behind the counter, kind of like deep under the counter, and pours you one, sets it down in front of you. What do the rest of you do while she's doing
I
this?
do the same thing. I'll slam one down. I sit down next to her and I'll slam it down.
Okay,
I'm
I'll
sort
just-
of ignoring him.
does the same
like-
thing.
I'm gonna.
I'll sit and observatate.
Okay, so you kind of just like find a wall and lean against it,
Yeah.
or
Is-
you're not like gonna sit down at a table or a bar. You're just gonna like find a random wall.
I'll just sit down with everybody else, but
Oh, okay. So but you're not wanting anything. He goes to like see if you
Yeah.
want something. You're just like, nah. Okay.
How quiet is the place? Like, what's?
Medium. I mean, there's a couple people, but like kind of everyone's keeping to themselves. There's like one group of like 2 guys talking amongst themselves, but they're kind of like quiet.
Do I recognize the voice of the boss?
You haven't seen him yet.
Okay.
Manny's sitting down and he's like, "Hey, Jerry," and the guy kind of looks at him and goes, "You got rations this time?" He's like, "Oh, come on." He's like, "I'll roll you for him."
Who's Manny?
Manny's the redhead,
Oh, okay. I thought it was a different name for some reason. Okay.
and he looks at him and he goes, "You know you always get 6s." And he's like, "I can't help it, man. I got good hands." And he kind of just sits there and he goes, "No rations, no drink." He's like, "Oh, come on, man." He reaches into his pack and he pulls out an MRE and slaps it down. He's like, "Fucking fine." And here's my rations for today. Grabs and pours in one, puts it on the counter, swipes the MRE.
I'm gonna go to probably the most open corner or area of the room,
Okay.
and I want to roll a performance check. Or play my saxophone.
Okay.
Yep.
So you kind of walk by a couple tables and hold on, let me move. So you move by a couple tables and there isn't like a real good spot per se to really perform, but there you kind of like shove a table out of the way and that makes a little bit of room and you just kind of go into it. Roll me a performance check.
Ooh.
Okay. It's not your best night, but I mean, you're not missing any notes. It's just it doesn't really flow like it has in the past.
I'm gonna like kind of like murmur out loudly, or not loudly, but like terribly. All right, fine, and I'll turn to Manny and be like, "Hey, catch!" And I'm gonna toss him a can and then say, "Your lucky gravy's nicer than me." and toss him a can of.
that's fucking out of nowhere. Okay.
He like quickly like grabs it and pockets it and puts it into one of his packs and he kind of looks over and he goes, "I'm not sure what's going on, but thanks, clown."
And I just kind of go back to my drink.
Cool. And he kind of like, who's he? He's definitely sitting next to Ren. So he's like, "Hey, do you gamble?"
He's talking to me?
Yeah.
Not really. Why?
Well, I like to play, and I want to know if you want to play dice.
I kind of look at him like, no thanks, kid. I just want to rest up and get out of here.
Man, I hope Gob shows up soon. Want to steal a couple more of his rations.
Who's Gob?
Oh, he's a crooked nose. He got the name Goblin after I broke his nose. He's an ugly fucker.
Is that so? Crack.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm sitting on the other side of Ren here.
Uh huh.
Can I make a leaguer demon check on her bag?
Oh,
Sure.
you son of a bitch.
Roll me a
While she's
Leaguerderman.
talking to him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And you know what I'm going for,
Steal
right?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh no, you fucking clown. No. No. You don't get to play a magic trick.
So you're
No,
kind of
no.
sitting there and you're kind of like looking around and you just kind of slip your hand behind and you feel into her bag and you're searching
Do I
around.
need to do a roll for this? Or?
No.
No, I waited for a moment while you weren't paying attention.
That's fucking bullshit.
And he's kind of feeling around and like you're feeling shit that you normally feel, but you can't find that item or those two items. And you know that's the pouch she put them in.
Or was it?
And so they're not there?
You can't find them.
Does that mean they're not there? Or I'm just not finding them?
You're not sure. Yeah, unless you like physically like dumped out the contents. Basically, you don't think that they're in that bag. That either you're not finding them or you don't think they're in that bag.
Dang. So I need a higher roll? Is that what I'm saying?
I hid them in a special place.
What does that even mean?
Put them in your squish muffin.
Basically, you don't think that they're in the bag, or you don't think that they're in the bag that you saw her put them into.
Okay. Let's take another sip of my drink.
Okay. At that point, you see a raucous guy walk into the bar. And when he gets inside, he kind of pauses for a second when he sees the group of you guys sitting there. And he's like, ah, fuck it. He walks over just on the other side of Manny.
Wait, is there something open?
Huh? No.
Like a map or something?
I was about to say, I thought
No.
you were...
There will be if you guys do anything. I prepped for this. This is the one where I told you, I'm like, there won't be a fight here. And I'm like,
Wait
fuck
a
it, there might be. So he actually walks onto the other side of Flowers. Or not Flowers. Yeah, Flowers. He walks on the other side of Flowers. And he's like, hey. And he reaches behind and throws his MRE down. And the bartender pours him one. He goes, no, I want all three right now. And so he pulls the drafts of the other, two and sets them all down. And the guy grabs them and walks away and sits down at a table. Manny leans over to you and he goes, that's Gob. He's like, real quick though, if you're gonna fuck him up,
Do it fast.
which I'm okay with,
Get in, get out.
let me get all of his shit through betting first. That way I can be out of the way when you break everything.
How about we make a bet to see who's tougher?
Oh, you want me to bet on you or Gob?
Sure.
Are you gonna bet on Gob? Because I'm betting on your ass. I feel like you could almost take me, and I know I can take Gob.
I'm kind of thinking arm wrestling. I'm kind of like, I sort of want to like, I'm kind of like,
All right,
how about trying to get a couple more rations?
I dig it. What do you want from me?
Good place to stay. Where I won't get mugged or killed in the middle of the night.
Shit, you can stay at my place.
Sounds good to me.
He's like,
As long as you don't take any of my shit.
fuck it, I'll stay outside. I don't give a hell.
Sounds good.
I gotta lock on my door and everything.
Alright, I'm gonna go over to this gob and be like, how about an arm wrestle?
He kind of looks up at you and he's like,
How
why the
about
hell
an
would
arm
I do
wrestle,
that?
Tough guy.
He's like, oh, you're the horse.
right,
you
crack.
wanna die?
Crack.
He's like, arm wrestling, eh?
I want some payback.
Humiliate him.
Yeah. Well.
We
Tell
can
you
take
what.
This outside if you want, or you can take me up on that offer.
He's like, I'll take you in the arm wrestling contest, but it's got to be over something.
I will bust out 2 cans of food and put them on the table.
No. I don't need food. I want that pretty sword of yours.
That sword's not for sale.
No deal.
He knows I could just take him whenever, right?
He doesn't know that. You haven't done intimidation checks or nothing.
I
He just views you as a giant
Can I
6'7"
can I
bitch.
can I just say, like, no deal on the sword with an intimidation? Like, that sword's not for sale, like, in all serious.
What are you trying to intimidate for him for with that?
To not bet the sword, I guess.
You can just tell him that. That's up to you. You don't need to intimidate. You're just like, no, not the sword. Like,
Well, he's like, no deal.
yeah, but you're not gonna convince him. Like, you got to offer something instead. That's not how bargaining works here. You can't. You'd be like, no, not the sword. How about this?
I don't really have much else to bet.
First aid kit, maybe?
I don't know.
Can I do a perception check to see if, like, I can see the crystals in her pockets or anything?
I've
like,
got
through her pants pocket leg or...
No, you don't see it. You
got,
wouldn't see it.
The leather armor that I had from the Kevlar, or is that over my leather armor? I'm assuming I.
No, it's a totally separate set. You got like a
Okay.
full set
Would
of.
he be interested in that?
Getting warmer there. Tell you what, how about those gauntlets you got too?
No, I need those.
It's like, all right.
I got a spare.
I
bat.
take the armor. What do you want from me?
Just the satisfaction.
What?
Shit, you crazy bitch. He's like,
The
okay.
satisfaction. I'll say the satisfaction and a drink.
You point at like one of his like drinks on at the thing.
Yeah, sure.
He's like, all right, you crazy bitch, let's do this. And he kind of takes both hands and he pounds one and then pounds the other and then takes the one that you bet on and he slides it to the side between the two of you and he muscles up. I need you to.
Laugh so hard if I roll so badly.
I need you to roll me a strength check and let me pull
Is this
him
a
up.
might?
This is a might check, yes.
Ah! Oh fuck!
Oh no.
Of course! Of course!
1, 2.
Fuck!
Maybe that guy's
That's
not
such
strong.
bullshit, guys. Every
Wait for
fucking
the-
game,
Just wait to see how he rolls.
he's gonna roll so high.
Well, see,
Hold
to
on.
be fair though, I mean that's 4 off if he had a 0.
That's with a +6, guys.
Yeah.
It's
thought it
such
was +7.
bullshit.
Did you do the might on top of it?
Yeah.
So that's your. Oh, yeah. 5 plus.
+7.
Plus 2, so it's plus 7, yeah. Okay, hold on.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
Okay. And
And Mercy
strength.
always gets like stupid good rolls too. Oh my god, are you serious?
So you're arm locked, and you as you
Had the
you,
same
you know,
exact roll.
Manny's kind of sitting there and he goes, well, Manny goes, all right, ready, and he puts his hand on top of you and he goes, 3, 2, and then before one even happens,
Wait,
he
I thought
starts.
Manny was gonna bet.
Manny already bet you.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if he put in any other bets.
No, he wasn't gonna. He's just watching.
Start a
And
betting
like
system,
before he
everybody?
before he even gets to one, Gob starts pushing, but your muscles are already tense. You're ready for him to cheat, and so like you catch it like as soon as he starts, and Manny's like, huh, or 1, and you slowly start to crank it towards your side. Roll me another strength check.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Oh my fucking god. This is so
Jesus.
close.
You're slowly cranking
I'm
it.
dying, guys. I'm dying.
This is
You're
like
almost
wrestling.
about halfway to the table at this point. You can
I
see
wanna
that he's
slam
sweating
his
and
hand
his.
down so hard his hand breaks so bad.
Roll me another strength check.
Fuck.
Oh.
God. You can see he's sitting there and as he's like almost to the edge of the table. You get another one and you're gonna slam him.
Guys.
You get another one and you're gonna win.
Oh, do
And
I
he rolls a
roll
12. Roll one more.
21.
21. You slam it and you hear this crack sound as part of the table gives way underneath the strength. You feel part of his knuckles crack and and powderize onto the table as you crush it down. And the guy screams out in pain. The beer that you bet sloshes onto the floor and shatters. And he looks at you, he's like, the fucking bitch just broke my hand!
That's what you get for calling me a horse.
You are a fucking horse! Fucking horse, you
Punch him
broke
in
my
the
hand!
kisser. Punch him in the kisser.
Immediately after that,
I'd like to roll a performance check.
give me 1 second, because Manny does
Put another
something.
can down on the counter for the bartender to be like, that's for the table.
Punch him in the mouth. Punch him in his whole mouth.
Hey man, I got the satisfaction.
You rolled us a chair?
I have to roll a chair.
No, hold on.
No, Verci did. Manny, chair. 14.
Someone must be throwing a chair at me or something.
Yeah, so like he's like, oh, did I get any stunt points? Oh, I did get stunt points. Fuck yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
here comes
Manny
the
threw a
bar
chair
fight.
at who?
Yeah, so he's like, the fucking horse broke my hand, and as soon as he says that, a chair comes out of nowhere, and Manny just crushes a chair over, Gob's head,
I'm like, whoa!
and the chair just splinters as it crushes into Gob, and Gob like falls to the ground, and he's sitting there, and he's just like, oh fuck, and the bartender goes, hey, Manny, none of that fucking shit tonight. You've broken way too much of my stuff. You see Manny
I
get
got
down.
too excited.
Yeah, Manny gets down and you see him kind of hoist Gob up a little bit and he's like, you owe her a fucking beer. He's like, and that shit right there doesn't count or you're just gonna be sucking it off the ground and eating the glass.
Who's in charge? Who the fuck's in charge?
All the patron, like the entire bar is silent at this point.
I'd like to roll a performance check.
Go for it.
As fuck isn't Gob in charge, I can tell you that. Manny's the fucking mob boss. Straight up pulling some.
I'm just like at this
Bob,
point, I'm just leaning against the bar, just watching.
What kind of music are you playing during this intense thing? I guess I should ask.
Yakety sax.
Is okay, so are you doing the is that when they start the arm wrestling
Yep.
contest? Okay.
Yep.
Do you play anything or change the tune after like she like beats the crap out of him, Manny busts the chair?
I switched to the Dragnet theme.
Which is what?
Bottom, bum.
Oh. Bum, ba-dum, bum.
bum.
Yeah. So like just this kind of comedic like music from a sax plays over the bar, you know, over the bar room, and as this entire thing's happening, and he's like, fine, fucking take it, and he throws down a ration onto the kind of splintered table. He's like, oh, fuck, I gotta go to the apothecary, and so he kind of like slowly like drags himself out of the bar, holding like his
Off as
his
he leaves.
crumpled hand.
And
And,
I'll take the ration and I'll give it to Manny and I clap him on the back like ha ha, and then I'll walk over to the bar and I'll ask for my second beer out of 3.
Okay. What did you bet? What did Manny bet you?
I don't remember. Manny didn't bet me. I bet the dude.
Okay, I thought Manny bet you something.
I was saying
Yeah, you
we
guys
should,
made a bet
like,
whether or not.
we?
You
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was just betting like. In
You would
chess.
sleep at his. He would give you a place.
Oh
to
yeah,
that's
if you
right.
won, you were gonna sleep at his place.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
So he kind of sits there and he's like, so
You know, I'll slap him on the back and we'll go back to the bar, and then I'll get the 2 beers that I have left on my tab, and then I'll give him one. And
It's
we'll
like-
clink.
okay. He's like, hey, don't you want the ration? The ration buys 3 drinks. Guy only owed you 1. Do you want the other 2?
Eh. I'll just-
Okay. He's like,
Maybe it'll pay off the rest.
he-
Pay off that chair and the table that we broke.
he's like, that's cool. And so like he negotiates it with the bartender. Bartender seems a little bit more happy now that like some of his stuff is quote unquote traded for.
Does he want another can of food for the chair or whatever? Or
No, he's fine with the one that Manny gave him.
oh, okay.
You didn't like. Oh, you're talking about the chair. You don't even worry about the chair. That's Manny and him talking
Chair
about the chair.
/ table.
The
whatever.
table you took care of with the extra bit of your ration.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I need to take that off.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are you guys doing now?
I'd like to roll
That
another
was
performance
amazing.
check.
Go for it. Are you trying to do anything particular with these performance checks?
No, just
Just
make
playing?
an ambient, just playing.
Okay.
No, try to get some tips out of it, man. Get some tips.
See what happens.
Yeah, put your hat down or something.
What would you like to play?
Oh man, the Peter Gunn theme.
What's the Peter Gunn thing?
You have
Once-
to play it for us. You know that.
Yeah, right. You gotta.
Bum 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 ba-dum bum 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 bum.
Oh,
bum,
okay,
bum,
okay.
ba-dum, bum,
Gotcha.
bum, bum, bum.
From the Blues Brothers
From the
played
Blues
that in it.
Brothers.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So you're doing that flawless. Like everyone kind of actually the bar seems to be picking up a little bit now that you've been playing. A couple more patrons come in. The guy's kind of like actually like looking over at you and like looking at the extra people, and he's like, "All right." I can hear it playing over
Hear
someone's
it playing
speakers.
somewhere. Yeah.
Really?
So, is there anything else that you guys want to do within the 24 hours?
I want to see if I can scope out and steal my shit back.
The shit that you have is locked up inside of Heinlein's office.
He's probably gonna give it back to us. Just, let's wait and see if he gives it back to us before we do something hasty.
I want to scope it out in case he does.
Okay, you saw exactly
that's
where he
okay.
put it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like
Go ahead.
in an open cage inside of Heinlein's office. Locked.
Easily lock pickable, I'm assuming, like a padlock or something.
It seemed
Yeah.
like some kind of heavy duty lock, yeah. So nothing else you guys want to do in the bar?
Nope.
I'm done to just
Okay.
finish my drinks.
See
go
how
to
many
sleep.
men hit on me.
I want to get rested and get my manner.
Turn 'em all
manner
down.
back.
Right about the time that you guys are wrapping up, and Manny's like, "You're gonna really like my place. I've like totally like decked it out. It's an awesome pad."
Dude, he's trying to hook up with you.
As long as I don't get.
Wait, are we all going there?
Oh no, only one person bet him on that.
Okay.
But right about that time, you see one of the guys that originally escorted you walk into the bar, still fully decked out in gear, and he goes, "Hey, Heinlein wants to see the 5 of you."
5?
Manny.
Oh, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Manny kind of like frowns a little bit and is like, "What?" He's like, No, I'm off. I've been drinking and everything." He's like, "Heinlein, now." Fuck. Manny like kills the last of his beers and walks out, leading you guys out.
I've caused some trouble. Sorry, guys.
You guys proceed back to Heinlein's, and Manny goes, "Hey Heinlein, what's up with this? You already come to a decision? That didn't take 24 hours." Heinlein like just points at him, and Manny shuts up.
I'm kind of like I was gonna slap him across the head if he didn't shut up.
Heinlein looks at you guys and he goes, "You said that you were chased by hellhounds, right?"
Yeah.
Correct.
He goes, "Then you all got us in a lot of trouble." And he kind of reaches over and like on a flat screen TV, you see him hit a button on it, and it turns on.
Okay.
When it turns on, you see a camera kind of like turning inside the church that you guys were in.
Okay.
And you see a gigantic demon inside the church with 2 hellhounds
Maybe they won't know where we are.
looking at the camera.
Okay.
Looking.
Maybe he just likes his reflection.
Yeah.
They
The
don't know
demon
secret entrance?
the demon does this to the camera.
Does what? Like a come hither?
Come here.
Well, the demon can go fuck itself.
So the demon knows we're here.
Anybody know what kind of demon that is,
What does
or
the demon want from
who
us?
it is? Because he's obviously some sort of commanding
It's
officer of
Sebastian, come back from the dead. As a demon.
He wants his crystals.
So what? I'm gonna turn and say,
But I
so
could
what?
buy that.
Heinlein's like, it's the demon in the church, so what? What's it got to do with us?
Well, the demon knows that we are in the church, which means it wouldn't take long for them to open up that tunnel and cause us all to get killed.
So what are you suggesting?
Someone's got to go out there. I decided that it might be a good time for you guys to have your weapons back
So
Good.
we're forcing us
and
to
to
fight
leave.
it? It's no threat to us, it's a threat to your station.
He's
What do
giving
we
our
get out of
weapons
this?
back. He's
What do
giving
we
us
get
our
out of
weapons
this? We're
back.
killing this
no,
for you.
No, we're not gonna kill it. We're just gonna fucking run. You want to kill a demon with bullets?
Well, we
No,
might be able
that
to
shit
get
doesn't
something
work.
out of it.
At which point Manny goes, "No, wait, hold on, Heinlein. Like that's a death wish." He's like, "I mean, like I haven't seen him fight, but that's a fucking demon."
That's true. If we go out there and get her and you get killed, what stops it from finding you anyway?
You can just run past it. Just saying.
Heinlein goes and he goes,
Yeah.
"Listen, I'm not one to let people die for no good reason.
He says.
However, those dogs are hellhounds. That demon, only way he would know that shit is from the dogs. Which means you 4 brought him here. That whole not trying to cause any trouble and not meaning us any harm looks like a whole lot of harm now. I got 728 people's lives that I gotta think about right now.
Well, it's only here because you're holding this here.
727.
And that's why I'm willing to let you go. Out that door.
Fine. Gives a shit.
So
we'll be out.
wait, the door that the demon is standing at, or
It's
it's
the
different?
only way out.
Wasn't there when we came down the tunnel? There was 2 ways. Came
Yeah,
down
forward and backward. Forward into the
Wellington,
station
Kinmore.
and backward outside.
Oh, I thought it was like it was a sideways entrance into the.
No.
Is it a big demon or a little demon?
Huge.
Ah, shit.
I'll get my Leroy pants on.
I'm kind of like, you know what? Fuck it. Give me my shit.
I'm gonna. Yeah.
He's condemning us to death, so we
I
might.
vote we
it's
take our
either-
You might be able to
run
kill
out
it.
the other entrance.
We might be able
like-
to kill it or simply
There's
run.
no
There
other
were lots of
entrance,
doors.
is what he's saying. There's no other
There's-
entrance.
It's a subway. It's a tube.
That's why I'm kind of like, what the fuck?
There's always another. Just like he's wanting us to go out like the side that we came in. I'm saying we go out the other side of the station.
Could just kill the demon.
I'm
I'd like to
just
phone
gonna-
a friend. I would like to
I
phone a
can
friend.
switch it.
Who are you phoning?
Bob.
Okay.
Oh shit, that's true. We could talk to Bob before we go outside.
As a DM, I'm going to ask the question before you do something insanely stupid. Are you going to be talking to a demon skull with a demon
No,
spirit in front of
don't
it,
pull 'em out.
in
I have
front
one.
of
I'm not
Heinlein?
pulling 'em
I know,
out.
Andrew has the skull, but I'm asking, are you going to be pulling out a demon skull with a demon in it
We're
in
not
the
trying to
middle of the
No.
underground subway?
We don't
No.
want this
No,
guy to know.
look,
Okay.
I'm saying back at like the gate, the entranceway, like when we're by ourselves at the gate or whatever.
Okay.
Why don't we just grab our shit and run out the other side of the station?
Are you going to ask that, or are you going to say that?
Like, team huddle that shit.
Okay.
Well, he just said that there wasn't another exit. Like that's
Robot?
the only-
That's
Yeah, she's very
impossible. It's a tube.
Are you going to say that?
Maybe it's.
Or are you going to ask about it? Because I have an answer for you, but you got to say it out loud.
I want to team huddle it. Like, just grab our
Right.
shit, sprint to the other side of the station, and GTFO.
Okay, so you're going to like team huddle and like be like, why don't we just take our shit and run?
What if there's actually a reason like you can't literally can't go that way because it's blocked?
It's-
That's what I'm saying. Is that it probably is a collapsed tunnel.
So we should ask him. Why
Then
can't
how
we leave the other
fuck
side?
do you
Either
get
way,
in
just-
here?
Through the church.
That seems like a really shitty plan.
Manny goes, oh yeah, no, we collapsed that side. We had to collapse that side a few years back. There's only one way in or out. I mean, it's actually a pretty shitty idea, but
It is a pretty damn shitty idea.
we've been working on
Yes.
it. That's why we actually have all we're kind of trying to get back through, but the whole reason we had to collapse it is from a situation with some demons a few years back.
So what side's collapsed?
The side westbound. The westbound side.
In other
So we
words,
can
we
go-
have to exit through the
So we still have the
church.
eastbound sides towards Arlington available.
That's collapsed. The whole reason that's the reason we have the way up.
So both sides are collapsed.
Oh yeah,
And the only way out is the church.
the church.
You
Yeah,
guys are
sweet.
fucking stupid.
Got to do what we got to do.
All right, well we'll leave. Just give us our stuff and we're leaving. Peace.
Okay.